So this is a glueless sewing, not moving anywhere, nice and secure. You don't need any got-to-be, you don't need any holding spray, you don't need nothing. And yeah, no gel, no glue, no mess. Completely glueless. And it's right there on her scalp. And I'm gonna show you how to do it. Her hair is completely natural, and we're going to make sure her hair is moisturized underneath the sewing. So I'm using my sheer Miracle. Just drench her hair with a lot of it to stay moisturized. No need to blow dry her hair, just moisturize. It makes the hair nice and soft. And then we're going to braid it. And I'm going to show you the gorgeous hair we're using for this sewing in just a minute. So the very first braid around her hairline, make sure you add some braiding hair. This is going to give it some support for the closure, because the technique I'm going to show you to sew this in glueless, you need a little bit of support. So I'm using some braiding hair for this. So as you notice, we're doing very small braids. This is because we want to make sure that the sewing is nice and flat. So this is the size of the braids you want to do. This size or smaller, but don't do it bigger because you don't want any lumps and you don't want any bumps. Alright, here comes the best part. This is the hair we're using. It's from Curlsqueen. And if you want to get a really nice closure sewing, of course you're going to need a really nice hair. So in the packaging, they give you a gift. They give you a bonnet, which you're going to use, a hairbrush, and then this is the hair. And let's open it up. This is a really nice curly hair, and it smells so good. Look at how beautiful it is. Wow. It's so pretty. So pretty. And this is the closure. It's so pretty. Wow. Oh my god, it's so pretty. So this is 300 grams of hair. It's 2 bundles and it's enough. You're gonna see as we install it that it's even 1 bundle is like really nice and full. So we're going to bleach the lace of the closure now. I'm using my 40 volume developer and my bleaching powder, and just make it a nice thick consistency, not too runny and not too thick, but like just in the middle. And then just put that on the closure and just leave it for like 10 minutes. Yeah, for about 10 minutes. You can just check it like after 5 minutes. As soon as it starts to get a little bit brown, then you can just rinse it off and wash it off. This was about 9 minutes later, almost 10 minutes. I just didn't want it to like bleach the hair or get too orangey. But this is basically what I was going for. It's like nice and brown skin tone. So we're going to use a weaving net for this technique to support the closure and make it lay flat. So I'm just going to allow you guys to watch from this point on and just really pay attention, because this is a very technical technique, but trust me, it's easy, so pay attention. Alright, so I'm using two types of thread. One is thin and one is thick. So I'm using the thin one now to lay down this part of the front. And as you can see, I extended the closure a little bit far out because she has, her edges are thinning a little bit and she has like a little thin spot. So just to make it look, just to cover that section, again, this is also why we're using the weaving net because of the way her hairline is constructed. So I'm using this thin thread to like stitch the very edge of the closure to the net like this, right? And yeah, and if you paid attention, the way we were stitching the closure, we'll stitch the left first and then go to the right before we go to the back of the closure. You want to make sure you stitch side by side on each angle so that way it can lay flat. And yeah, so using the net really helps for people with like bald spots or people with like thin edges, so that way it can still cover that thin spot. And just cut off any excess lace, and yeah, we're pretty much done with securing the front, as you can see. Alright, we're gonna come back to the closure again for the finishing touch. Now let's stitch the bundles. As I'm opening the bundle, I'm like, wow, it looks deceiving. Like it is a lot of hair for one bundle. It looks deceiving with just one bundle, but once you open it up, you're going to see that this is a lot of hair. I feel like if you have a small head, like a really small head, probably one bundle will be enough, but maybe 1.5. But I really tried to use as much of the hair. Actually, I used everything. I used all 2 bundles to make it nice and full. Yeah, so I'm just stitching it now, and I am going to really avoid cutting the weft. So I'm gonna really try to like fold it and just like avoid cutting the weft. But you're gonna see, I probably will cut it when we get to the front. But yeah, just fold it and just keep on watching and see how I do it. And this is the finished look. This hair is so soft, so bouncy, so nice and full. The texture is beautiful. The curls are so pretty. I was so jealous of her hair. I was like, why didn't I install this on myself? But as you can see, the closure is not going anywhere. Like, it's really nice and like secure. She doesn't have to worry about got to be spray or any chemical. All she have to do is just tie her hair down. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out Curlsqueen. That's where this hair is from. So yeah, see you guys next time.